GOP candidates took the stage last night in a second debate with Donald Trump absent. What those in attendance focused on.
Want to see Playhouse Square's new additions? Well, see them in style for their free opening party.
Tito says farewell to Cleveland in his final home game, but could the Guardians pull out a win? Stick around for the highlights.
Sony and PlayStation will be in need of a new Player One. What changes are coming to the company?
This is TV2 News.
Good morning, Kent State and all of Portage County. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Anthony Zacharyasz.
And I'm Michael Neenan.
Last night on campus, a banned book reading was held where students and faculty came together in support of books challenged by legislation. Our own Kennedy Gotham was there, and she had the opportunity to talk to those in attendance.
Groups organizing around it and weaponizing books and ideas in ways that are antithetical to democracy.
To understand that we take for granted sometimes the rights that we have, but when we take those rights for granted, there's always someone there, a government actor, that's willing in the interest of the public to take those rights away. And when we don't stand up for them, that's more likely to happen.
Thank you, Kennedy. Want to test your sports knowledge? Well, tonight at 7, the Flash's Activity Board is hosting a sports-themed trivia night, which they announced via Instagram. Complete with prizes, the post urges participants to bring their friends, but not their electronics, as those are prohibited. The first 30 people to attend will receive free stress balls. The event will take place in the Rothskeller in the lower level of the Student Center.
For 5 years now, Streetsboro has been without a home for city offices. The city announced that it may hire an architect to design a city hall by mid-October. Streetsboro mayor was authorized by city council to make a request for qualifications to design the building. A special finance committee meeting is set for October 9th when a proposal from an architect is expected.
Well, now it's about time we take a look at the weather. Currently in Kent, it is 57 degrees, but it feels like 54 degrees. It's a bit rainy out. It's not too bad, though. The dew point is at 51 degrees with wind traveling northeast at 6 miles per hour. The humidity is at 88%, and you do have full visibility at 10 miles.
And taking a look at our 7-day forecast, a little chilly here today. But moving into the weekend, it's going to be getting into the 70s. And by Sunday, it's going to be sunny skies, along with Monday and Tuesday, with Tuesday and Wednesday breaching into the 80s.
All right. That's all we have for weather for now. Be sure to tune into Kent Wired for any severe weather updates. Back to the news.
With October right around the corner, the month marks National Adopt a Shelter Dog. For photographer Greg Murray, this has given him the opportunity to bring the best out of the dogs looking for a home. His recent photo shoots features Nugget, who went from a shy and timid to outgoing and affectionate pup. She is a pit bull that Murray has now spotlighted in his book, Gotcha Day, Adoption Tales of Remarkable Rescue Dogs. You can find Nugget and the rest of her furry friends in bookstores now.
Tonight, Playhouse Square will be hosting a party in celebration of its newly added marquees, and it's free for all to attend. Local and more broadly known artists will be performing at the nation's second largest theater district in the country, such as Andy Grammer. In preparation for the event, road closures will take place on Euclid Avenue through Friday morning. The event will start at 5:30.
A spooky thriller is returning to Wadsworth to recreate Michael Jackson's Thriller music video. On October 19th, the streets of Wadsworth will be taken over by hundreds of zombies. Last year, the performance went viral after gaining 2.2 million views on Facebook. To learn more and potentially participate, event details are listed on Main Street Wadsworth's website. We are aware of the Battle of Ohio in baseball and football, but it took a whole new meaning before last night's game between Cleveland Guardians and Cincinnati Reds.
Players from both teams attended the Cleveland Metropolitan School District's Chess Club Day held in Progressive Field, including Guardians left fielder Stephen Kwan, who is reportedly an avid chess player.
And after the break, no one was lucky enough to win the Powerball. Where is the jackpot sitting at now?
Guardians manager coached in what is likely his last home game before retirement. All this and more when we return.
Last night, 7 GOP hopefuls took the main stage at the Reagan Library in California. The Republican frontrunner Donald Trump was absent again, but mentioned numerous times by those on stage, stating the former president should have been there. Combating the Mexican drug cartels, regaining energy independence, and discussing current educational curriculum were all hot topics brought to the forefront by the candidates. It's planned that the third GOP debate will take place November 8th.
During a speech in Michigan, former President Donald Trump announced his support for the auto workers as part of the nationwide United Auto Workers strike. Trump claimed it was President Joe Biden's policies that sent auto workers into unemployment and that he supported anyone who, quote, made America great again.
Over 50,000 people from the Nagorno-Karabakh region have fled their homes to find safety in Armenia. Azerbaijan retook the ethnic enclave 1 week ago as fleeing citizens packed what they could in the trash bags and boxes within the minutes before facing Azerbaijani military. The former leader of the region was also arrested as he was fleeing into Armenia. Armenian officials accuse Azerbaijan of, quote, ethnic cleansing as fighting between the two continues.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
The day we love baseball, but it's a people bit.
Last night was Terry Francona's final home game at Progressive Field, but his final victory at home came to a halt when his scooter was stolen once again.
The Guardians manager revealed before the game that the scooter was stolen around 10 days ago. Francona had been using a rental scooter instead.
Well, a huge congratulations to Tito on a great career, including 2 World Series wins with the Boston Red Sox and a pennant for our very own Cleveland Guardians.
Here to tell us more about last night's game is TV2 sports correspondent Noah Keeney. Hi, Noah.
Hey guys. That's right, a day of remembrance for Coach Tito. But before we get to that, let's look at what's going on within our own program at Kent State women's soccer team. The Kent State women's soccer team looks to build off its hot start in MAC play when it hosts Eastern Michigan at Dick Stadium tonight at 7 p.m. The Golden Flashes are 5-2-2. They beat Akron in a dramatic fashion on Sunday after starting conference play with a 1-0 shutout win over Ohio. KSU has won the previous 2 meetings with Eastern Michigan and would be in great position for the MAC with a victory tonight as well. The first 250 fans at Dick Stadium tonight get light up Thunder 6. See you guys there. Now, back to the Guardians game, let's get the highlights. Bottom of 30, Josh Naylor rips a double down the line off the Dollar Bank sign, and Stephen Kwan is rounding 30, will score from second base. Naylor continuing to be the bright spot of this Guardians lineup for the whole season, even after his rough injury. Now, Jose Tena called up from the farm system, and he scorches it, gets past Jonathan India, and Rochio will score all the way from second base, giving the Guardians a 4-0 lead. At top of the 5th, Will Benson returning to Progressive Field. Hard grounder, Naylor can't field it, but look at the defensive play by Jimenez, and he gets him out. Ely De La Cruz, one of the fastest players in baseball, gunned out at the plate. Top of the 9th, Clausen needs one more out, and that won't do it. The Cincinnati Reds had to win tonight to keep their playoff hopes alive, but the Guardians spoiled, and they would get a win in Terry Francona's final game. As you can see, very emotional, and everyone supporting him, and it was not the year the Guardians wanted to end, but nonetheless, thank you, Tito, for a great 10 years here. That's all the sports I have for you today, Kent State. Have a wonderful Thursday. I've been Noah Keeney, and we will see you next week.
The president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment is set to retire in March. Jim Ryan spent 30 years at the PlayStation business, and Sony announced yesterday Ryan will be departing in March. Ryan joined in 1994 and was appointed the CEO in 2019. The company said Hiroki Totoki, the CFO and COO, will be the interim CEO once Ryan leaves.
Powerball has announced the winning numbers for its $925 million jackpot. The numbers were 1, 7, 46, 47, and 63 with a number 7 Powerball. While no one has come forward as of yet, it is known that there are 4 winning tickets in California, Kansas, Maryland, and Kentucky. The next drawing is scheduled for Saturday.
Well, that is still a lot of money that sits out there, guys. What do we think we would be getting if one of us was able to win it?
Honestly, first thing I would do, I'd probably pay off all my student loans and stuff. I'd probably buy a house too. That would be kind of cool.
Okay. Noah?
I'd probably get myself a car, maybe just buy a lot of land, just resell some condos and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. I don't know if I know exactly what I'd do with all that. Probably
Yeah.
a lot of savings.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us.
For updates on all these stories and more, visit our website at kentwired.com.
And follow us on social media on all platforms at Kent Wired. I'm Noah Keeney.
I've been Anthony Zacharyasz.
And I've been Michael Neenan.
Have a great day, Portage County.